We're going to talk about Angus, his temperament evaluation scorecard. So, again, the scoring, low, medium, high. Low is not bad, high is not good. It is a spectrum. So, assertiveness. We'll start with confidence. So what you notice is I put him into the testing area and he immediately starts checking things out. His tail is high. And then you notice some whining. So I'm going to talk about that with nerve strength. But overall, I do consider Angus quite confident. He tries new things. He definitely starts exploring in new scenarios, new situations. And I do notice this day to day as well in new activities and curriculum and things like that. Assertiveness for humans. What I noticed is I get into the testing area now and he was medium. I was expecting him maybe to be a little bit more assertive, and he came and crawled into my lap and he was kind of like looking for kisses, but he didn't really come further than here. That he was like looking for that love and affection, but he knew that there was kind of space and boundaries. Okay, motivation level. So I did score him a high in the end because he probably was the highest of the group. He definitely wanted to try everything I was trying to engage him with the tug and the tunnel. You know, I asked him to do something. This is his natural ability to want to please you. And then you notice that he goes for a potty and then he runs over for praise afterwards. Nerve strength. Okay, so let's talk about this one. His ability to handle stress. Overall, I scored him a medium. I do think that he will be able to handle stress. Things I noticed that he managed to manage his stress. These are positive, self-soothing traits that you will notice. So when he first gets in there and he explores, you notice that eventually there's a little bit of whining and then he does this shake off. He does a full body shake off. This is a calming signal for a dog. This shows us that, okay, this is a new situation. I'm going to shake this stress off. So he has good coping mechanisms when it comes to that nerve strength or ability to handle stress. Okay, later, and then with the dog friendliness, he got very friendly with the dog. You notice some humping. Humping is it's not sexual in dogs, especially not at this age. Boys and girl dogs do it. Not all dogs do it. It's a natural self-soothing calming mechanism. So again, that plays into the nerve strength as well and his resiliency, his ability to handle stress. He has tools to self-soothe and work his way through stress, which is great to see. So I think that I do think that he will handle stressful situations well. He has tools in place, and so you'll probably continue to see certain things like that in new situations as he's managing, he's working through that stress. Touch tolerance. I give him a high. He just really loves his puppy massages like everybody else, and you can see he just kind of melts into it, and at one point he's almost like trying to like roll it off. He's melting off of my lap. So handling's very well. I will say, although they all scored high for touch tolerance, the handling when it comes to like grooming, they're trimming their eyes, they're definitely still wiggly puppies, and sometimes their nails. I'm definitely waiting until they're sleepy to do these things. So please stay on top of handling exercises with your dogs. Even though they are scoring high for touch tolerance, they are very tolerant to it at the moment, so keep it up. This is an adjustable trait and I want you working on it with all of them. Energy level. Okay, so I scored him a medium, but within the bunch, he is the one that I would score the most energetic in the group. So he's got the most energy. A high energy dog really doesn't ever slow down, whereas, he does slow down when I'm doing the tender-hearted test and, he's looking to try and get over the bridge and things like that. A high energy dog doesn't really ever stop, but there are moments where he's like running and then he slows down for a little bit of a walking speed. So I do think he's a medium energy dog in terms of matching to lifestyle, but within the litter, he would be the highest. Sound and sight sensitivity. Again, so tolerant. He did great. The shaker, he immediately comes and runs over to check it out. The popping of the umbrella, he wasn't startled. He's like staring at it. And again, I don't care if they notice. I want to know if it causes them stress and do they recover. No issues there. Prey drive. Okay, so I did score him a medium. Within the litter, he probably has the highest prey drive. So family with young kids, There will be a little bit more management, I think. There'll be a little bit more of the ankle biting initially for sure. Yeah. I don't think he's a high prey drive, generally speaking. That's going to be like super intense to manage and deal with. But within the litter, yes, I do think he has the highest prey drive. Human focus. I scored him out high. You see he keeps coming, checking back in. He definitely loves his people. And I notice this day to day. If we're hanging out in the kitchen and the puppies are on the loose, he's definitely looking for a human. If there's somebody available, he is right there for love. Okay, tenderhearted. Oh my gosh, you're gonna laugh at this one, or at least I was trying to pretend to cry, but he's making me laugh. So he's like climbing on my back like a mountain goat, as opposed to all the other puppies who run straight for my face to try and console me. So at first I was gonna mark him a moderate for tenderhearted, because I was like, okay, he doesn't, I mean, he's noticing, but it's more like a, oh hey, we were playing, get up. This is a really good trait for a home that maybe has big emotions or kids with big emotions. So here's where I'm saying, like, there's no perfect dog when it comes to picking all of these traits. So when I say that prey drive is a little higher, yes, that can be a little bit more of a challenge for a home with kids. But then when we get to the tenderheartedness, I think that he's going to handle emotions probably fairly well, because at first he wasn't like totally put off by it. And then he was like, oh, maybe I should go check on her and comfort her. And then he came to my face and was like crawling on my head. But at first he was like, no, you're interrupting my play. Get up. Yes, this can be really good for kids that have big emotions, as opposed to the puppy that is going to take those emotions on and want to fix everything. A puppy that maybe is a little bit less tenderhearted is going to be like, no, you're fine. We're playing now. And then dog friendliness, I give him as an assertive, because at first he didn't even notice, but then at the end when I was like, oh, hey, did you see my doggy friend? He's like jumping at his face, and then he's trying to smell his butt, and then he's humping him at the end, very much like, we're going to play. So I think he'll be great in a home that doesn't have dogs. I also think that he would love a dog buddy. That will be a great match for him as well, especially if the other dog's play style is good with a little bit more assertive, or we're looking to coax that play out of the other dog a little bit more sometimes, as opposed to a dog in the home. Maybe there's like a senior dog and we're looking for a little bit more parallel existence. That one may be less ideal. Oh, and the other thing, I guess, with prey drive, perhaps to mention, he does great with our cats because our cats don't run. If there is a cat in the home that's maybe a little bit more standoffish or would prefer the dog to not be in their face, Angus that may not be the best match if there's a cat that you're looking for a little bit more space in the home, just as an awareness, as always, with that prey drive. A little bit higher, he's a little bit more assertive when it comes to animals, and the cat may not appreciate Angus's energy all the time. So, yeah. If you have any questions on Angus, definitely let me know.